Hello, 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 and welcome back to This Is Me Attitude Podcast with me, your host, Rachel Hills, a girl in her 20s just trying to figure this stuff out and sharing what I figure out with all of you. And today we're going into a topic that is another one that's near and dear to my heart and something that I'm going through in present time, and I want to share my experience with all of you because I feel like you're going to relate to this. So let's dive right into it. So, as you probably read in the description, today's episode is all about doing what you want, even though you don't fully know what that is. Now, you're probably going to be like, Rachel, what are you talking about? How can you not fully know what you want? Oh my gosh, like I'm in my 20s, I have to figure my life out. Well, that's what my mean girl says to me all the time. But in today's episode, I'm going to talk you through 3 different aspects of my life and what I've gone through in figuring things out and doing what I want. And those 3 things are in everyday aspects, in my relationship, romantically and in friendships, and in career-wise. So what do you say we keep going in this conversation? First off, we're making a podcast. Clearly, I'm going to go on into the topic. I don't know why I said it that way, but we're just going to keep rolling with it. All right, so like I said, the 3 aspects is in every day. I try to do what I want in moderation. Obviously, there's things that you have to get done. If you're a mom, you have to take care of your kids. If you have a job you have to go to that. Things like that. In my everyday, the things that I do to do what I want and to make me feel like a better person, like I said in my morning routine episode, so go back to that if you'd like to listen to that. But I do simply that. I do my morning routine. I work out every morning, at least 6 days a week. Sometimes I do all 7 days a week. It just depends. And I show up with a positive attitude to everything I do that day, as much as I possibly can. Yes, not every day I'm like, woo, yeah, shooting rainbows out of my butt and unicorns. Like, I'm not that every single day. But for the most time, I have a very positive attitude, and I try to give that to everyone that I see that day because I know that it'll make a better positive atmosphere with the areas that I'm in and the places that I'm going. As far as relationship, when I think of it in terms of relationship as my romantic relationship with my boyfriend, first of all, he would not like the fact that I'm talking about him on a podcast, but let's just keep going with it. It's just our relationship. We're going to do the relationship the way we want to. We're going to talk about it the way we want to. And now being in my 20s, I've realized and seen that a lot of people are like, well, I did it this way, or I did this event with my boyfriend this way, or I did this and that, and this is my opinion and this is that. That's all great. But it's just me and his relationship. So we're going about it our way. And I fully 100% recommend that you do the same. If you are in a romantic relationship with your significant other, you have conversations about this. You think about what is your way of doing the relationship in any aspect of it. And also to move it into friendships. My friendships with all of my friends are completely different from one another because we communicate differently. They're different people. We do things differently. We find different interests in different things. That's all okay. You just have to have conversations about it and know how each person communicates and know how each person reacts, which are 2 big things that I've noticed a lot since moving actually away from a lot of my friends, is that everybody communicates and reacts completely different, and just a bit about how I do things, and maybe it'll work for you. Now you're probably thinking, well, Rachel, what about career? You said you were going to talk about 3 of these. Where is it? Oh, girl, I got you. I definitely didn't forget about that one. That is the biggest one, at least for me lately. I'm in my 20s. I haven't picked out a career yet. If any other millennials or that area of age, I guess you could say, is like that, you're getting the raft just as much as I am. People around you are like, well, what about this? What about that? Mind you, they're coming at it in a trying to be helpful, caring about you, all of the good things. But in your head, you're like, no, I don't want to do that. Well, do you know what you want to do? Well, what about this question and that question? Whoa! breathe, first of all. Second of all, just do it your way. Figure out what you want to do. I know that is so much easier said than done, but it will come across. I am starting to pick up on what I want slowly but surely. Like I've mentioned before, and you probably notice in here, I want to go more of the entrepreneurial route, if that's even how you say that word. You know what I'm trying to say? And that's completely different than anybody in my family's done before, and different than a lot of people I know. So it's uncharted territory, and that's A-okay. Like, you're figuring it out as you go. That's how I'm doing it, and how I'm researching different things about it. I'm looking up people that have done different things that I want to do, hence why I'm doing a podcast. And sorry about that. I was like holding my breath for some reason. But in career-wise, even if you went to college and you decided you want to change your mind, that's okay. It's not gonna hurt anything. Just keep going. It's gonna be okay. And I know that maybe it doesn't feel like it is, and I'm hoping that listening to this shows you that it is, and that this gives you inspiration to keep going forward. Again, these are all things that have worked for me or that I'm working through right now, so I can't guarantee that it's going to work for you by any means, but maybe a little piece of listening to this episode will help or will resonate with you. And if it does, I would love to know. So please let me know if it does. Hey girl, we did it again. We got through another episode of This Is Me Attitude. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening to another one. It means the absolute world to me that you take time out of your busy schedule, your busy day, just to listen to what I have to say. And I would love to hear what you think about this episode. Please share it with me on any social media platform, and I cannot wait to catch up with you on the next one.